There are five common roadblocks that any small business owner, especially an independent artist or an independent record label, five roadblocks you'll face when you're trying to figure out social media, when you're just trying to be consistent with social media, trying to figure out what to post. And that's what I want to talk about today. And then I've done this like little experiment with the other record labels brand to see if I could try to find a solution for each of those five roadblocks. Let me let you know what I'm talking about. Roadblock number one is, what do I post? I don't know what to post. And that's especially true if you're just like a regular business. Even if you're a record label or an artist, of course, there's always the things that you can post. That comes up. But if you're supposed to post something online every day or every other day, well, that's a tall order. And really, how do you handle the other 364 days of the year, even if you do have something cool to post today? Roadblock number two is, I don't know how to sustain creating content. So yeah, maybe I can do a video that looks good and goes viral or just resonates with people, but how do I do that 52 times a year? Maybe I've got some great photos of bands in the studio or promoting a new release, but what happens when I don't have a new release? Roadblock number three, I don't know how to sustain content posting. So when you do have content, how do you figure out an easy way to keep posting stuff day after day or week after week? Number four is, I don't know which platforms to commit to. So should I do all of them? Should I just pick one and be really good at it? Should I just chase the trending ones? And finally, roadblock number five is, I don't know if it's working. I don't know if it's worth it. That's what we're going to talk about today. And I've kind of created a little bit of a system, and I have a little bit of a PDF you could download at the link in the description that might help you in your journey. But I decided to tackle each one of those five roadblocks for me personally, because on other record labels, not for my record label or for my music career, but on other record labels, I wanted to figure out how I could post on social media good content more sustainably, more consistently. And I wanted to do it on as many platforms as possible just to get the content out there. And then I wanted to figure out if I could measure the ROI. So let me show you what I found out. Today's episode is brought to you by Lander, the official digital distributor of other record labels. If you're an indie label or an indie artist looking for a quality, reliable, affordable digital distributor, check out our friends at Lander by clicking the link in the description below, or go to otherrecordlabels.com/Lander. Thanks to them. So I'm just going to share with you what I did to tackle these problems. Okay. So roadblock number one is, I don't know what to post. And so in order to figure that out, I just thought about how many times a week do I want to post? And I thought at least five business days. Maybe I skip Friday and I post on Sunday or something like that. But let's say at least five. So the way I did that is, instead of thinking about like five individual posts, I decided to think about five different types of content buckets, like different types of posts. So one of them would be a vertical video, like a reel or a TikTok video. The second one may be another TikTok video in another series. So for me, I did a video about vinyl and why people like vinyl, answering some basic common questions about vinyl, how to make vinyl, how much it costs, should you do color vinyl. I was able to come up with like 26 different topics in that realm and recorded 30-second videos. I'll talk about it in a second. The second type of video I did was videos about why I think you should start a record label. And so I came up with 26. Remember, this is a half a year that I was doing, and 26 different topics on it. So video number one, video number two, and then of course, every week I do a new podcast episode. So I already have artwork for that. So that podcast episodes was number three. That's my third content bucket. My fourth content bucket was inspirational quotes. I made up beautiful little cards. And then the fifth one was promoting other record labels. So we did record label of the week. And then sometimes I actually had a sixth content bucket, which was promoting a product. So let's look at that bucket, those five buckets for you as a record label. Number one could be every Monday we post a behind the scenes thing, like showing you shipping orders, showing your band in the studio. But like we have to come up with, for 6 months, we have to come up with 26 different videos, different behind the scenes things. That shouldn't be too hard. And then let's do like something about the music. So let's make a post, a content bucket that's showcases like our compilation or some of our best songs. So pick 26 of your best songs and make a little video about it. I know this sounds like a lot of work, and I'm going to tell you how to do it in a second. Then maybe the third one is you promote a piece of merch that you have from your record label that, just a piece of merch. Number four is maybe like promoting a back catalog release that has been forgotten. And then content bucket number five might be promoting something that has nothing to do with your record label. Maybe you're promoting artists that you love who aren't on your label, releases that made you growing up, some of your favorite albums, just showing you dropping the needle on the turntable and say, this is my favorite album. It doesn't always have to be about your brand. In fact, it's better if it's not about your brand. So content buckets, that's how you deal with, I don't know what to post. Think of 5 different types of content buckets. And then all you have to do is fill those buckets each with like 26 different pieces of content per bucket, and you have 6 months, every day, 6 months, well, 5 days of the week, whatever, 6 months taken care of. Okay, number 2, I don't know how to sustain content creation. So here's how I did it. I really wanted to come up with anywhere between 3 to 6 months, 4 to 6 months worth of content. So I realized if I dedicated 2 or 3 days, so basically before I launched this campaign, I did a whole day just sitting there making quote cards. So I did like 26 different graphics. I changed the background with a different stock image, and then I used the same font and I had our logo on it, and I just did a different inspirational quote. I have a book of quotes that a journal I've been keeping over the years. So I grabbed some of those. I Googled a few. Look, that's going to take 2 or 3 hours. I'm not saying it's not going to take a long time, but all of a sudden I have 26 quotes. That's one post for 6 months. That's pretty good. One post a week for 6 months. So then I realized, okay, so that's that done. The next day I was going to maybe work on making some advertisements, showcasing for you, it'd be showcasing your merch. For me, it was showcasing some products that we have or some free resources that other record labels have. Then I actually did like 2 individual days of filming, and I set up a camera, got my hair cut, got a nice looking angle, some good lighting, planned out what I was going to do. And then I just recorded like 20 minutes of nonstop, like 30-second clips talking about, I don't know, like 24 different topics. And then I took that file into Adobe and chopped it up and made, they're already vertical, so it's like perfect for phones. So basically what I'm saying is to answer roadblock number 2, which is, how do you have a consistent content schedule? Well, I don't. All I do is I batch. So I spent like 2 to 3 days creating some of the captions and some of the graphics. And then I spent 2 or 3 days filming and editing the video. Yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean, it ends up being close to a week, 3 to 4 business days, full days of creating content, but then I'm done for 6 months. So only twice a year, I have to dedicate like a week or a half a week to creating content. So batching. Third roadblock and how I tackled it is I don't know how to sustain content posting. And so one of the things I did was these vertical videos, I ensured that they would work across multiple different video content platforms. So that's YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, whatever they call them. It also works on Twitter. And then some of the other posting sites, I wasn't able to upload video because the files are too big, but that might change eventually. The second thing I did was make sure that everything was organized in the Dropbox folder. So all my graphics are organized. All my thumbnails for the videos were pre-made. All of the videos were saved in the Dropbox folder. Everything is ready to go. And I had a Google Sheet. And what I did was I listed all of the titles of all the videos, a brief little description. I sent that to ChatGPT and I asked it to write a social media caption and some hashtags and send me the document back. And it did. So now I have a Google Doc. So to do a consistent posting schedule, every Monday, I know I'm going to be posting quotes. So I go to my Dropbox folder. There it is. I go to Meta Planner. I go to YouTube posting, Threads, Blue Sky. By the way, I did all of this on a browser. I didn't use my phone at all. I think doing social media on your phone for a business is super cumbersome. You have to port videos from your computer to your phone. You're on your phone, so you might get distracted when you log in there. Like you open up Instagram to post something and then you get distracted and then an hour goes by and you've forgotten that you were in there to post something. So I have used 100% a browser for doing any of this stuff. Even replying to comments, I can use a browser, which I don't really do. I'm just posting and walking away. Number 4 frustration is I don't know what platforms to commit to. Like I mentioned, I made these pieces universal so that I could post them across as many platforms as possible. So if I made just a static graphic, just an image that have a quote on it, I can post that on Blue Sky as an image, Facebook, Instagram. YouTube has like a section for posts that shows up in your feed. Where else did I post it? LinkedIn, Pinterest, Twitter, Threads. There might even be more, but like, you know what I mean? And that can really just copy and pasting or uploading it in a browser. That can take under a minute to post those on all of those platforms. So I didn't really care. Like, did I want to get really, really good at TikTok? Some of these videos, they started off getting about 2 to 300, 300, 400 views. And then like some of the weekly videos and the bi-weekly videos shot right up to like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 plays for each video. Then it dropped back down, 400 or 500. It was weird. I don't really understand it. I didn't care. I didn't care. That leads me to our fifth frustration. Our fifth roadblock is, does any of it matter? And so you're asking me, I did this for a year. Did any of it matter? Did any of it move the needle? I don't know. But here's what I will say. It was like it was about 3 days worth of work, maybe a little bit more, for 6 months of content. And I did 2 batches. So I did 2 or 3 days of work. And then 6 months later, I did another 2 or 3 days of work. So like a full week, let's say, for a year's worth of content of showing people that your business is alive. And I kind of think of social media as like the storefront of your business, and you want to refresh the storefront and you want to look like the business is open. And so look, did it turn into sales and followers? And I don't know. I mean, it definitely garnered like over 100,000 views across all the platforms, maybe definitely more than that. I think of marketing touch points as different ways that customers or potential customers are forced to interact with your brand organically, whether that's seeing an ad or it's hearing their friends talk about it or seeing a post on Reddit or on Twitter or hearing the song on the radio or seeing the record in the record store. It takes 8 touch points for them to convert and to say, okay, fine, I'll check this record out. So social media might just be one of those touch points. Is it the straw that breaks the camel's back? I don't know. But I think for you as a business owner, you have to do this. I mean, to create 6 to 12 months of content and all it's going to take you is like a week of your time as a business owner, like that's something you should be doing. It's also kind of fun, and you kind of learn about what types of content resonate with people. It's okay. I found like I would post something and then I would hear from someone would DM me and be like, hey, I haven't talked to you in a while. And, like there's just like being active, staying alive as a brand, I think is kind of important. Again, I'm the wrong person to ask about social media. Like you're watching this video because you probably hate doing social media. You're an artist or an independent record label, and you're like, I don't really want to do this. So is there an easy way I can do this? The answer is yes, there is an easy way if you consider like 36 hours of work to be easy. But like, yeah, there is an easy system. I feel like I just wanted to highlight those 5 roadblocks, and there are ways to get over them. I hope you found this helpful. Click the link in the description and I'll put the notes from today and like a simplified plan that you can use from me down below. Oh, and thanks for Lander for being the only digital distributor who supports our community. And they're the ones that you should choose to release your next release. So go to otherrecordlabels.com/Lander. Thanks for watching.